Okay, so this is going to be a film where I say some things and do some things. Basically, we're going to address some of the issues with our food distribution system in the U.S.
Could you start by telling us a little bit about food deserts and some of the implications that arise with food deserts?
Yeah. Food desert is a geographic region, a part of a city or a metropolis where to get access to fresh produce and all of that kind of, what you find at grocery stores, Whole Foods, milk and the nutritious part of what you eat and the bulk of what you eat, you can't find in that area. So you can either have the access to leave your neighborhood or that area that's a desert and go procure fresh produce, fresh foods, Whole Foods, or you have to resort to eating food from, and a lot of it ends up being processed food from fast food restaurants, convenience stores, gas stations, corner marts, that kind of thing. And so, you can imagine that a lot of times these food deserts are in areas that are not very financially, socioeconomically of a high status. It's people that usually don't have a lot of money and don't have a lot of resources. Maybe they ride the bus. Maybe it's kind of a hassle to go to other places where they can find fresh food.
Yeah.
Maybe they work 3 jobs and don't have time to prepare their own fresh foods. So there's a whole number of things that when we take into account kind of how, if we think about not just, cause and effect or very linear relationships, and we take into account kind of a whole system of reverberations for food and access to food, we see how it can perpetuate disparity and inequality.
So food deserts, are just sort of part of a system of inequality and nutritional deficiency and fast food as well. It's convenient, it's cheap, it's accessible when other things aren't.
The biggest problem that I think contributes to the problem is the fact that we have very powerful interests profiting and benefiting from a system that is, for other people, extremely broken, that is not offering them options, that's not offering them the quality of life that it potentially could be offering them.
Okay.
Hunger isn't about resources and the lack of resources and scarcity. Hunger is about justice and about access and fair access to whole and nutritious foods.
Okay.
So I think that that's one thing that sometimes people might not think about is, you might think, oh, well, it's just so hard to feed the world, we can't grow enough food. Actually, no, we have a whole heck of a lot of food. It's just not getting to certain people, and why is that? And who is benefiting from those people not getting something good to eat?
Yeah.
Now that we have a better understanding of some of the issues surrounding food distribution in our society, we need a metaphor to accurately represent the shitty reality of that. And for that, I'm going to take a burrito and put it in a potato gun and fire it into a canvas.
Okay, so I'm going to prepare the burrito for firing, and to do that, I make sure the barrel is good and lubricated. So I get some beans here, and we're just going to sort of coat the inside of the barrel there. We don't want any tortilla barrel friction. Alright, the range is hot.
There's
Okay, so here's the finished product. Our artistic